Can I make a motion to rescind the general obligation bond motion that we made?
I'll second it.
Motion by Mrs. Clement, second by Mr. Smith. Discussion.
If I understand this correctly, the motion that we made, if we don't get 275,000, we will get nothing?
Or more, we could get more.
Yeah, but we could get
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
But
you
I
could
mean,
get more,
if it comes in,
but-
if it comes in at 269, we get nothing. Well, then I want to make the motion to drop it to the 245 and go till we get to 300,000.
Well, let me ask you this question. If it comes in at 180,
We still get 180.
why don't we
I mean, we don't get it.
We don't get
why
it.
don't we just put it at zero minimum and then go from there?
Well, she used the market today when she came up with the 245. He used the market that he was guessing at, what it was going to be at
I think he
300,000.
was basing that on his part of the $7. Go ahead.
But
Well, can we get,
So you're,
I have a question.
you're moving that the lower to 245.
We got our second first.
Oh,
well, we have to rescind it first, and then we can re-vote on.
but the reason you want to rescind it is to go to 245.
Yes, because I'm afraid if it doesn't come in
Well-
at 275, we're throwing.
Well, why don't we do it at 215?
That's what
That's what they originally recommended.
Well, her.
Because if it comes in at
last week was
275,
245.
Because if it comes in at 275, we still get it.
Right.
Why don't we do it at $100? Why don't we put it at nothing?
Now, with that being
Well, that's
said,
my whole point.
Wait, now, can I have a
The
question?
whole point, no, wait a minute, if we did put it at zero, and the market came in at whatever it is, we would get whatever it is. You know, we're not gonna get zero, we're gonna get whatever it is. If it's 180, we get 180. We get 275, if it comes in at 500,000, it comes in at 500,000. The difference here is who gets paid what? Whose pocket is it going into? Now, I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I just want you to have an understanding that why 215? Why 245? Why 275? Why not just zero? Because we're going to get whatever it is when it is.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
I didn't
Am
want-
I wrong, Randy?
I would.
Did you even listen to what I said?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Am I wrong?
No. You're gonna get whatever the market.
Whatever the market is.
So now,
But is it worth
with
our
that
while
being
to do
said,
it unless we
when
get a
are
minimum?
we going out for this?
With the arbitrage, a negative arbitrage is us not letting it come to
We
the
can begin the
Like
process.
60 days.
maturity.
And what I'm saying is, if we start the process, if we would start the process, as we get closer to the process, could we set this limit? In other words, if you say August the 20th,
I think she gave us the date.
what is it?
It
But
was
what I'm
either
saying
in
is-
August, we were either gonna do the sale in August or September, and then the closing would be 1 month after that. So if we did the sale in August, we would close in September. If we
Okay,
did the sale
with
in
that being
September,
said,
we would
as August comes closer, these are experts, they know the market. They could come to us and say, we're projecting this. We agree, we set the price. If she says it's 230, if she says it's 280, if whatever, if she says it's only 100. Why can't we go ahead and give them the ability to start the process, and then we, as they get closer to the date, we set the amount?
45 target, right?
We still have the right to refuse it, and that's, I heard that.
Yeah.
And August, we don't have to.
Until you do the close,
Yeah, so 245, basically, the only thing that's on the line is the cost of the standard course cost, and that's either way. You have to do.
Well,
So 245 or 215.
well, what about if we just don't do it? We just let it ride. Because then we'll cash it in for whatever and no negative arbitrage. Correct?
Less the rates go.
Unless the rates go up.
Yeah.
If the rates go up 0.56%. Who knows? You know what I'm saying there? The only thing I know is that somebody's getting $13 per thousand and another guy's getting $7. $6 difference.
It's the final, it's the true interest that you gotta pay attention to.
Stop. What is the finance rate? How do you know what the finance rate is? What is it?
But you've got to take.
You don't know until you get there in August.
Okay,
He's
so
saying
you gotta
$7.
You got to put
He's
all
saying,
four components together to make, you
God.
can't single out one and say, oh.
Oh my God, you guys are all looking at your crystal ball. You're looking at your crystal ball saying, what is the interest rate going to be in August? This,
Okay.
Okay, we're voting on to rescind this motion and do something else.
Just one more discussion. My point on this whole thing, I don't care who does it. We had 2 presentations from professionals last week. One said, when all said and done, everything's subtracted, I can do this, and the figure wired was $300,000. The other presentation that was 215, since there was competition, said I can do it for 245. Now, they're still 50,000 apart. My motion was, I don't care who you give it to, cut it down the middle, 275, do it. If one says I can do it for 300, it's possible to do 275 by anyone.
She went by
So-
the interest rate that he did. So he could tell you 500.
I don't care what you say, but if you drop that figure, you're not giving that group any incentive to do the best they can for us. Competition is the key. It's there. We have the opportunity to make an extra $50,000. Or not. The not part is save $80,000 by calling, that you would pay for calling it an earnings. Wait till next year, take the value of those bonds. The interest rates aren't going out of sight by next year. It's going down. It may go down after the election. No one knows that. We're not in a position where you have to give up $80,000 right now anyhow. If you want to do it, let's make the most we can make.
I think the board has come to the conclusion that they don't even have a clue what the interest rates are going to be in August, September, October, November, December, anytime. Okay, we all know that, right? All right. The motion is on the floor to rescind the motion and seconded by Bob.
For discussion.
All in favor? No, call roll.
Mr. Robert Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Stein.
Yes.
Mrs. Volkett.
Yes.
Mr. Carroll.
Yes.
Mrs. Clement.
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Morrow.
No.
And Mr. Trump.
Yes. Okay. Your motion?
My motion would be to make it the 245.
Or let him come to
Or
us later.
can we do it later? Can we pick
The amount later.
the amount
When they
closer
come
to the
closer.
time?
Wow.
This is just the minimum. So all we're saying in here is that this is the minimum that we're gonna take. And that's what they're working around doing the deal. So if she sees that the market's not gonna produce that, she's not gonna take it to sell. So
Okay.
That's all you're saying, is that this is.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna ask the question again. Do we have to accept it, whatever it is, in August?
We don't have the, well,
We have to accept it in August or don't?
Yeah, because she's.
So why not make it 0? We don't have to accept it.
You're giving her free will because you don't have a minimum that you're trying to put on it. Say, don't do anything.
We don't have to accept it.
You get this minimum.
Charlie, we
Right.
incur the cost of the fee.
amount of money as a minimum.
Right.
We incur the cost of.
So, make your motion.
Hey,
240,000 minimum. 245,000.
Second.
That's what she told us the other time.
so you move to motion to make at 245. This motion here, just that motion here with all the same, with Jamie, everything the same, we're just changing the number basically from 275 to 245. Okay, got a motion by Carol Clement to do this, second by Bill, he beat you, or Chris. Bill Stein, discussion. Call roll, Betty.
Again, I'm gonna vote. I gotta vote the only no on this again because, you know, yeah, we did have some competition for it. Let me say this again, where we could make more money for the district. Instead of taking advantage of the fact that we had competition for it, we're going to give it back to the single person that's done everything here for the last 10 years, that had no incentive to do any better for us, at the low rate that she gave us compared to the other rate. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, I hear this word surcharge thrown about, boy, that's one where someone ought to look at it. You're giving it to one person because someone likes her, is that what it is? No? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm giving it to her because she put it on the market, it's her first time we got it.
I have
That's all right.
I have another thing I'd like to bring.
Wait a minute, is it about this motion?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I took it under the understanding that there is a cost incurred with this. We have to go out, it's gonna cost us $5,000 or so
$5,000
to get
rating.
rated. And it's good for 90 days.
Yes.
So if we don't do anything in 90 days, if we so choose not to accept it, we have the chance of losing $5,000.
But
Okay,
we
I want that to be understood.
We have
There is a
correctly now,
cost
we have
incurred.
said-
If we decide not to do it, even after, we'll say, yeah, go ahead, and we decide we don't like what we see, we
Now
have the
we have
potential
set
to
a
lose
target
$5,000.
that
That's all I
we'll
want.
accept no less than 245.
Exactly. Or 15, whatever.
First time, we said 215.
What's the negative arbitrage? That would say, we were ready, we were happy at 215.
And now, well, she.
Now we get greedy.
And we are going to get anything above that we
We
get.
didn't get greedy, she threw that figure out last week, 245 she can make for us.
But
So
that's
why
it.
would we go below that?
Larry, that's at today's market. It could change in
You
30
understand what I'm
days.
saying? By competition, she came up $40,000.
Listen, I think it's important, I think it's,
She has
That's all
no,
I have to say.
Larry, she has no control over that. The market will bear what it bears.
hey, okay, Bob, you made your point, you made your point. I think it's important that you all understand that in what Jamie has presented, that the approximate, it's approximately $85,000 in negative arbitrage. Okay? Just so you understand that, $85,000
And that's-
negative
And
arbitrage.
that's included in the calculation of that 245.
Well, I believe so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All the costs are, including the discount.
Yeah, and she came up, and she came up with a figure of $245,000 or 4.9% of the refunded principal. 4.9% of the refunded principal. So, yeah. Okay, we all got that number together. We all understand what that is. Okay, let's go roll, Betty.
Mr. Robert Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Stein.
Yes.
Mrs. Wolfett.
Yes.
Mr. Carroll. Mrs. Clement.
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yes.
Mr. Morrow.
No.
And Mr. Smith.
Yes.